Yeah. Go ahead, Brandon. Let's see how this vinegar. You got to do a little intro again.
Well, no. I hate intros. I hate outros too. Like,
Trey, you're better at the intros and outros.
It's because I had to do it all the time.
Exactly.
welcome back to the Next Game podcast. This is kind of episode 1. Last one is kind of like this little intro deal to us coming back. This is episode 1, where we're just gonna kind of get into things going on right now in the sports work gaming world and the social media world, I guess. And I guess right now what's going on is the NBA Finals. I don't know how much y'all been watching it, but I've watched every game, and
I have watched several minutes.
several minutes.
Yeah, several minutes.
This has not been on my TV one singular time. One singular time. Since LeBron been out of the finals, I have not watched.
Boo.
Since the Warriors have been out of the finals, I haven't watched a singular minute of it.
Really?
I know, because if y'all don't know, I am like the big basketball guy, so like you would think, but neither team like I really care about. And
I like Halliburton.
Love you, Halliburton.
Even if Halliburton wasn't in it, I would still be watching it just because I like sports. Hell, I've even been watching the Stanley Cup Finals when
I've watched more college baseball than I had.
it watches some college baseball.
I cannot watch hockey. Can't do it.
It's fun.
I've watched a little.
It's fun.
I can't do
It's
it.
not bad.
I don't understand it.
I don't either. But it's kind of fun.
I don't know the teams enough to watch.
I don't either.
I know the Florida Panthers are good.
So we're signing up finals right now. I'll tell you that.
What is the series in that one? I don't even know.
The hockey one?
Yeah. Is it 3-1?
I think it's
Panthers?
2.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. But Pacers OKC is also tied up 2-2. I'll be honest with you. As much as I want the Pacers to win, they didn't have 2 wins right now. They shouldn't. Halliburton, I know that he didn't win Clutch Player of the Year, but he should have. That dude is unreal.
Oh, that's great. And with it being 2-2 and the Thunder basically stealing, quote unquote, stealing that game last night, I think.
Yeah, last night, Pacers were winning like the whole time until the fourth.
Yeah, well, yeah. OKC put BTA in the fourth quarter. I was watching that
Pacers
game.
did kind of give that one away, but honestly, last night was the only game that felt like they were in control the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
That mean that
Every other game they felt like in early leads. I mean, actually, I saw a stat before last night. In the first quarter, the Pacers are like, the plus minus stat. They're minus like 23 points in the first quarter over the first 3 games. The second quarter is like minus like 5. Third quarter, they're minus like 17. And then the fourth quarter, they're plus like 27.
That sounds like our 2K games.
Yeah.
2K reg, yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah. Like, that just kind of shows OKC has given 2 wins away. And probably just because they're young, honestly. But OKC, that they're far and away the better team. Just, I like Halliburton, and I wish he could win it, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think so either. Especially with the OKC having basically quote unquote home court advantage from here on out too. So they have game 5 and 7 at home now.
Yeah.
So I don't see that happening.
I don't either. But also what is different from the rest of the playoffs is the foul calling is a little bit different, because like the free throw count for SGA has been way more. With that free throw count, they were winning playoff games by like 20 points. But now every game is a 2-point game.
Well, he flops every time he drives to the goal.
He does.
Plain and simple.
He does. There are sometimes it's legit, but he is.
I mean, he can generate contact. Don't get me wrong.
That's what he's going for it every single time.
Exactly. He initiates it every single time.
And I don't know how you fix it, because in the moment, in the heat of it, in the speed, because they're fast. He's done. I can't fully blame the ref, but you see it in the slow motion replay that we all see.
Right.
Yeah. So you can't fully blame the ref, but
I mean,
man, there has to be some repercussions for that.
referees aren't perfect either.
No.
I mean, they're human. But
I think I enjoyed the previous series before better. I think when the Timberwolves played the Pacers, I enjoyed watching that more than the actual finals at this point.
Timberwolves played OKC.
The
Knicks.
the Knicks and the Pacers. Goodness gracious.
Sorry.
Golly.
I spoke.
Was a very good series. OKC Timberwolves.
Yeah, that's why I was
Minnesota gave up
Minnesota.
being
The Knicks,
halfway through being 2 because I saw they weren't getting any calls.
the Knicks Pacers was a very good series.
Knicks Pacers was probably the best series of this.
That should have been the finals for sure. Like that. I mean, obviously.
Basically, also at the same time, even though the Pacers beat the Knicks, I feel like the Knicks have a way better chance of beating OKC than Pacers.
Oh, 100%.
Well, not now. They don't have a coach.
They, for some reason, fire their coach after making the.
They said we had a
Eastern Conference Final. Takes
2 years in a row?
yeah.
Is that 2 years in a row?
No,
they made it last
No, the Knicks didn't make it last year. It was Celtics Pacers last year.
It was the Pacers again last year.
Yeah, Pacers have made it 2 years in a row.
So he went further this year. He did better than
Right.
this year.
So what's that tell you? What's that tell you is going on in New York?
Karl Anthony Towns. Because it's the same coach he got fired from Minnesota.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not
Or
know that.
playoff success.
Playoff season. Go play for a better team.
What do you mean, sir?
It's that they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. That's playoff success. That's literally the definition.
That's what you.
He played so poorly that he got a coach fired twice. Probably both times. I think Pascal Siakam is the one who shut Cat down. I think he did.
Yeah, I think that
was
right.
part of it.
Yeah. Well, if he would
Cass is not a superstar anymore.
if he would stop
So was yeah.
He never was.
if he would stop screaming, "Oh my God!" every time something happens at the basket, I mean, he would be decent.
He's a good big man, but he's not a Jokic. He's not.
No, and he thinks
He's not a Shaq. He's not a big man. He's a big man, but he's not like nobody's. No, nobody is. So he's not dominant like he thinks he is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, I saw a thing the other day, and then they were talking about it, and they said they think the NBA Finals should be make it take it, like just the finals. So
What do you mean?
you win, you stay at home until you lose. Like whoever's, I mean,
Yeah, but that kind of
dictate it because there's a chance to get both 1 seeds.
that's kind of unfair though.
But then you just go down the record and stuff like that. Because just both 1 season doesn't mean they have the same record. Like OKC had a great record this year, but
I couldn't tell you what the record
Oh,
was.
that doesn't benefit.
it was like 68.
I know wasn't it the best record in the NBA this year? That's what I thought.
I was just kind of sucked though if your team finally makes it to the finals and they lose 4-0 and you never get to watch them play. Not one.
You play really good at home, but you're not that great at away. But you're
Right.
trying to steal one.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's that. Well, I do think some change could help. I just don't know if make it take it on.
But maybe even like a Super Bowl thing, like they go play 6 games somewhere that's like neither home court.
Hell, maybe even play like not all in one spot, but like maybe hit one up in Miami, hit one up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like kind of do it like the Super Bowl. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, like do it like Super Bowl, like they.
So then it takes away the advantage of having the best record, and you know what I mean. Then what's even the point of trying to get the best record? Because if you get the best record, you have home court advantage throughout everything. You just keep winning. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah, they will go 2-2 and then 1-1. So like, you might have a 1 game advantage because you have the best record.
that one game is game.
I mean, you could.
You know what I mean?
But I mean, now look, they've had.
Would you rather game
They
7
both
away
lost.
was home or neutral? You know what I'm saying?
So now they both lost and won a game at home, like both teams. So it did no good for either record. I mean, they
They both just stole one.
So, yeah.
But I think it would be cool to either do like the Super Bowl or do like a tour, like where you go around.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool, but I don't think they would ever do it.
No, I wouldn't ever.
Whatever franchise would lose money, they wouldn't do that.
100%. They
And-
make so much money.
You don't have
From-
two quote unquote blue chips in the finals either.
No.
It's not the Lakers. It's not the Celtics. What's another blue chip in the NBA? Nobody.
Spurs, Miami,
Heat.
like that's a big audience.
Yeah, I guess.
Knicks is a huge audience for some reason.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
It's just New York, just like the
That's
Giants.
So many people in New York.
Yeah. But what about the Jets? The Jets are in New
Yeah,
York.
they-
They share a
basically in New Jersey, though, aren't they?
the Giants and the Jets share a football stadium. So where they're both in
Something is in New Jersey with the Jets. I'm pretty sure.
I think it's
Or is the
MetLife.
stadium?
I think it's
itself is in New
I think
Jersey.
it's MetLife. Yeah.
Neither of them. Buffalo's the only team that plays in New York, right?
Yes.
That's crazy. I forgot.
Oh my God, I forgot Buffalo. New York.
Yeah. It is a pretty big area.
That's crazy.
I don't know.
Sorry, teams in New York.
You do think the Pacers are going to win? I know you said OKC.
OKC's gonna win.
Who do you think is going to win?
I also think OKC is going to win.
Unfortunately.
As much as I hate to say it, because I listen to this other guy and he annoys me talking about OKC and SGA and all that. I hope they lose. I hope they get beat. Yeah. But I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. Not with them having home court advantage, and it's basically just a 3-game set now.
That's true.
So, I mean, and 2 of those games are in OKC. So, for the Pacers to do it, they'd have to steal Game 5 and then go win Game 6 because they're not winning Game 7 in OKC.
They would have had to have won last night. I agree. I agree. They've given that away.
Mm-hmm.
For them to have a shot.
I agree.
But speaking on the Giants and the Jets, Mason's a new Giants fan in the house.
I am. All because of one person.
Finally embraced it.
Well, I'm not.
He gets drafted, and
I wouldn't say. Well,
I mean, it's like I'm a Bengals fan, kind of, just because of Burrow.
that's how I am. So I want to like the Saints.
I'm not really a Bengals fan.
And I've said this before.
a lot of people want to like the Saints, but they deem it very difficult to do that.
Well, I mean, you'll know me forever. I'm a Dolphins fan first and foremost because of my dad.
Thought that was like a kid story that you like.
That would have been cool. But so I'm a Dolphins fan because he grew up watching Dan Marino and all that stuff. But I liked the Giants whenever they had Eli Manning. That's because my entire family pulled for him, and like we were like strictly Giants fans.
Back to the same thing.
Exactly. So I don't know if I'm like a Giants fan. I will keep up with Jacksonville though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just like you keep up with Joe Burrow. I mean, it's the same concept.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. And I hate that he plays for Washington.
I hate both of their teams.
Same.
I
cannot stand you.
Be in better situations, specific or with the Bengals are doing with their rookie first-round pick. Have you seen that?
No, I know nothing about contracts and stuff other than
So they put in their rookie contract. They put in the rookie contract. The guaranteed money. They're trying to void it so if something happens to void the guarantee money in most or all rookie contracts, it were graded for that 1 year. That's standard. That's neutral. That's what they always do.
Mm-hmm.
Of like, say they put in your contract, they don't want you to go play pickup basketball and you get caught playing pickup basketball. It would void your guarantees, right?
Okay.
Because that's a voided contract. They want to be able to void the entire contract of guarantees if they get caught. You get caught playing pickup basketball or whatever.
So they put that in there, or are you just using that as an example?
Well, that's the example of if you violate even the most minuscule part of the contract, they can void all of your guarantees.
Like shaving your face with a Gillette razor versus a Harry's razor.
Yes,
that is stupid.
Whatever's in that contract, if he messes it up, put it inside.
I don't blame him. I wouldn't either.
Yeah, so it's like people are talking about now. He might hold out and re-enter the draft next year because Bengals.
Can you do that?
Thing, yeah. If you do not,
does he have another year of eligibility left in college?
He already got.
I don't know who it is.
Go back. It's Shamar Stewart. I think he was at A&M. I could be way off on that, but
probably sounds right.
Sounds about right. I think I'm way off on that. A little
bit better. Watch it be like Oregon or something. Just could pull around somebody United States.
Man, now I'm really curious as to where he actually plays. But yeah, he could re-enter the draft. They'll probably end up figuring it out because I don't understand why the Bengals are doing that. It's a new thing and it's never been done before for rookies.
So what if he holds out, goes to the draft, and the Bengals draft him again?
Bro, could you imagine?
That would be so diabolical, bro. That'd be so fun.
But I really like this guy. He just won't sign the contract.
No wonder. I don't know why.
He really wants to play pickup basketball.
He really wants to shave his face with a Gillette razor.
That's it. Yeah, I just don't understand.
That's so dumb.
It is.
I don't even have words. I can't. Was that your knee?
That was my knee.
Good grief. Are you okay?
No, probably not. Like, if you poke it, I got like fluid all up in my.
Brad, you get Tommy John on your knee?
I was waiting for it. I was about to drop one. Trey beat me to it.
Oh my God.
Oh, but speaking of college baseball,
College baseball World Series going on right now. It's going pretty crazy over there in Omaha.
Yeah, who played this morning? Wasn't it Oregon State and
No,
or did they play?
They played yesterday, I think. Who did play today?
Yeah.
Shake knees in about an hour.
I
If
think
it's video or not.
I think whoever wins that game wins the College World Series.
LSU Arkansas.
Yep.
Coastal's hot. Oh, UCLA beat Murray State. That's who it was.
Oh darn! Sure do hate that.
I know little about it. Is this single elimination at this point?
That was double.
It's double elimination up until like I think like 3 rounds in there, something like that.
So do they play each other twice, OSU Arkansas, or do they?
No,
so bracket.
So if LSU wins, Arkansas will go into a loser's bracket.
Okay.
And then they'll have to fight their way through.
Yeah. So essentially, if Arkansas loses, they fall.
They would play in Murray State.
They play Murray State tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
Or is it?
I think it's tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah. So if they win and win and win, or if they win and then win again, they have to beat LSU twice. They had to go to the.
They
could meet in the final again. They had to play in the final.
They
Right.
played before. It'd be like the.
Well, LSU would have to play Arkansas and then another winner's bracket game, and then they're sitting there waiting.
No,
They're waiting for somebody.
So this is LSU beats Arkansas. Then they have to play UCLA tomorrow. They beat UCLA. Then Arkansas has to beat Murray State, and then they will play UCLA. And then Arkansas would have to beat us twice to make it to the College World Series finals to play probably Coastal Carolina, if I had to guess.
More than like, I mean, who else is over there? Oregon State, Louisville.
And Oregon State beat Louisville.
Right, so Louisville's not going to be in.
No,
They're not.
Louisville has to play Arizona.
Snooze fest. Snooze fest.
But for me personally, I honestly kind of wish March Madness would do the College World Series bracket, and I think it would be 10 times better. Could you imagine regionals all over the place? Have a Duke regional for basketball with like Wichita State in it, or like teams like that.
Okay, you mean taking the regionals and super regionals from baseball, implementing it into basketball?
100%. And then you get to the Elite Eight, and it's a whole other deal. I think College World Series bracket is the best bracket in sports.
Oh, I couldn't. Yes, 100%.
Because you can't. Well, you'd be like, oh, well, the best team has more chances to win if like it is now. It's better somewhere. And Murray State in the College World Series in Omaha. You know what I mean?
Literally,
they're not
because they are the hottest team. Well, they were the hottest team.
Little Rock
gave LSU a run for their money, bro.
Exactly. And like Arizona, they probably wouldn't have done it without.
No, not at all.
Well, not without super regional, without the regional.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you meant. I don't know. Have you been seeing all these people saying that once you get to the College World Series, it should be reseeded and all that?
I saw it. And
I think that's stupid.
I think it's stupid, but I also it doesn't. I don't think it matters too much. I think
because between LSU and Arkansas, who you give the number one seed to?
Yeah, I think it would just to Arkansas.
I mean, I get that Arkansas is like the highest or the higher national seed, but
yeah. I think part of people saying that is because they believe our LSU Arkansas are the far and away best two teams in.
Put them on opposite sides of the bracket, but that's not how the original bracket is.
No, I get it. I think that's what they're arguing, and I don't care either way for it. To be honest with you, I think go either way.
These are also people that probably just sit on their couch too and don't do anything and just nitpick sports. Well, so why does it do? And well, no, we're not nitpicking it. We had a
John the Brain.
That's just gonna be your thing. Just throwing out if I'm be Joe, I'll show you
anything about baseball.
I know, but then Tommy John, that's the only thing he knows. Tommy John
knows. I know 2 things about baseball.
What's that?
He played first base and Tommy John.
Tommy and John,
and my favorite player of all time played for the St. Louis Cardinals. So
who?
The catcher, E.A. Malima.
Okay.
The catcher narrows it down.
The guy with the lawn fair.
Pujols was number 5.
Pujols was number 5. Yeah.
Oh, Pujols was good.
They also had Wayno.
They did.
I love Wayno.
He's more of a show player, though.
That's a good point.
We
didn't talk about college football.
We didn't, but
we skipped over that. That's a story. That's going to be for another day. Because
I mean,
how do you predict it right now?
Well, you don't really predict it.
I don't know.
You don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you don't have the final rosters or anything.
But I mean, you still got people entering the
exact
portal and stuff.
Yeah.
which is
dumb.
I do think they are going in a better direction with it because I think they're narrowing it down to one transfer portal.
But when is that going to be?
I
Is
think
it going
it's
to
the
be?
spring portal.
Is that going to be after a national championship?
I think so. I think the spring portal is the only portal.
Good. Finally,
They're going towards.
Finally,
Yeah.
they need.
Now
to do
I
that.
do think
Look at free agency. It doesn't open during the Super Bowl.
it's gonna be dumb what they're going towards.
Funny though.
With
It would be hilarious.
it would be hilarious.
Imagine Patrick Mahomes is on his last year,
And he's
and
not happy.
and he's a free agent, and he's going to the Super Bowl, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to go sign for 8 years somewhere else.
Pay me $300 million or I'm leaving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what some players were doing. I think the backup for Penn State, because they had packages for him to play, the backup quarterback did that.
Does Penn State have Drew Aller again?
No, I'm sorry. I'm making that up. They do have Drew.
Oh my
Nico.
God.
That's God. There was stories that said Nico held out until he got money to play in the playoffs for Tennessee. Nico, lama.
Oh, Iamaliava. Okay.
I'm surprised we didn't say that because I doubt.
Really? The only reason
I just heard you say it.
only reason I know is because Pat McAfee talks about him a lot. So
I love that guy.
who? Pat? Well, I do. Love you, Pat.
Oh, yeah,
Love you, Pat.
Bring us on the pod.
What I don't like what they're doing. Do you imagine?
Gosh, we would have so much fun.
Do you imagine?
Because
Because they're in a fantasy factory. They got a basketball.
basically, they call it the Thunderdome.
Yeah. And but what they are doing next year with college football is they're talking about down to the 16-team playoff, and or is it the 14?
No, I think it's
16?
I think it's 14, and a lot of college coaches want 16
Well,
for some reason.
which I don't. Even though we LSU, Ole Miss, SEC, they're trying to guarantee 4 SEC teams,
Which is stupid.
4 Big Ten teams, 2 ACC and Big 12, and then I get 5 in at large.
It needs to be the 16, the 14, the 12,
Whatever
the 8, the
6
4 best teams in college football.
highest ranked. That's it. That's
It
all.
doesn't matter. Boise State, prime example. They did not deserve to be there.
They had them as the highest ranked.
But who did they play besides Oregon to a 3-point game? Who'd they play?
Oh no, Mason. They
Nobody.
played UNLV twice.
Oh,
Beat 'em twice.
UNLV.
But they had the best run in the country. So I mean,
And
but you see, that's where you can have the more teams as a 16 team because you're gonna get your Boise State, you're gonna get your Cincinnati like a few years ago. That's not forced in there like they did, and it's gonna prove the point. That, hey, go play Alabama. Okay, you lost. Bye bye. Well, maybe not this year's Alabama, but of past.
I mean,
Like
I
this
still
state
think
Alabama.
this year's Alabama would still beat.
I mean, probably that, but it wouldn't be as decisive, probably.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be 65-7 or anything.
Was that Georgia, TCU?
Mm-mm. Georgia, Florida State,
Georgia, Florida State. That's right.
because they were all bent out of shape. Which was
Georgia, TCU was like 63-10 or something like that.
Yeah, it was pretty bad too.
That was enough.
Which yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I can't say much. TCU beat Ole Miss pretty bad. Lane Kiffin's first year or second year, something like that. It was like 49-3. Pretty bad.
That is rough. That is rough. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the way the college football is going because I don't like it's just, hey, you think these are the 16 highest ranked teams? Put them in the playoffs.
I agree.
That's it. Just be done with it.
Yep.
Don't be like, oh, I want our 4th place team. Well, maybe they should have been better.
Right.
Now, if they're still good enough to be ranked number 16, put them in.
So are they trying to do like, okay, let's just say the final rankings for the SEC this year, and it was going to the 16-team playoff. It was Georgia, Alabama, LSU, Ole Miss. They're trying to put those 4 teams in.
Well, it was Texas, Georgia.
Oh, I forgot about Texas. But still, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
if
they're
it
trying to
ended,
make sure
if it ended
Ole
this
Miss
year,
were to make the playoffs.
I don't know.
But because they forced them in. But on the flip side, you would have had, let's see, Oregon,
Ohio State, Penn State.
Penn State. Indiana, they had 4 teams in it,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
But, like, so they're trying to take the first 4 seeds or the first 4 finalists for SEC, Big Ten, and all that, and put them in.
Yeah.
Whether it's deserving or not.
Yes.
So if the
Because
entire
Rick
SEC,
Sankey and whatever the Ohio State's, they're doing that.
if the entire SEC were to go 9-3,
Yeah.
that's the epic though, right?
Something like
They all went 9-3.
you still have 4 teams in it.
That is stupid.
Even if the first team was, I don't know, ranked 12. If the first team ranked 12,
They will get the 12th spot, and
Well,
then everybody else is unranked. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, I'm saying it starts at number 12 in the top 25, and you have to go down. You're not getting 4 teams in.
No, you're getting 2 max
You
probably.
shouldn't.
Yeah,
At this point, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get 4 teams.
that's so dumb. That's so stupid.
Because it takes away.
They're trying to please everybody.
The great thing about college football, at least before this past season, if you lost a game, it's kind of it.
Yeah,
And it made every game
matter.
going to.
Yep.
Because Tiger Stadium, Death Valley gets rocket, especially when it's on the line. So now, hey, who cares if we lose to Alabama every year like we have been? We could still make the playoffs because we could just be the 4th best team and make the playoffs.
You have nothing to work for.
Exactly.
They're trying to make it professional sports, which, yes, they can get paid and all this kind of stuff, but it's not professional sports at all.
No. It's college football. Best sport in the world, in my opinion. Very ruining it.
Yeah. It is definitely the best sport in the world. Bryant?
I think it's soccer, but that's fair.
Oh, shut up.
Well,
I mean, it's probably the world's most popular. Still, his
technically, football is the most popular.
Football.
So in terms of Bryant, that being all his favorite sport, I'm probably the very big minority about baseball being our favorite sport. It's very low on my list.
Major or baseball or college?
Both.
The thing is, baseball is my favorite sport to play. Football is my favorite sport to watch. You know what I mean? I have different categories for it's now basketball. I was I don't know. Basketball is very high for me, but it's just because it's the easiest to play. I think I can go out there and shoot for 30 minutes just by myself. I can't go play baseball. I can't throw the baseball by myself.
You could. We could tell that doesn't make it football either.
I can't do it with football either. That's what
You could work on your 40-yard dash.
Do a little combine.
I need Tommy John halfway through, huh?
But in terms of baseball, I'm definitely the lowest person here ranking baseball. I don't like college baseball or professional baseball. They're all wearing them. College baseball sucks for them.
Baseball.
Oh, there's literally 20 baseball hats over there.
Greatest accessories for sport.
Hello, that's probably way to describe it.
What was it? Sport.
I'm saying in terms of watching.
Would you
Watching it? I will
Great
say
accessories, horrible sport.
rated
Yes.
accessories.
Okay, yeah.
I will say
Their jerseys are great.
College baseball is a lot easier to watch.
it's a lot easier, way easier if you're at the game.
It's way more entertaining, too.
TV, it's you have to like baseball to watch it on TV. You don't really have to like basketball to watch it on TV. You know what's kind of going on.
Right.
But it's hard to watch. MLB is impossible.
I can't do it.
Anyway.
I don't like the big transition on it, though, honestly, because I feel like, you play college football to NFL, it's the same sport. Why not implement the same rules between MLB and college? Why are they using aluminum bats over the wood and stuff like that? I'd rather be unanimous across the board. Because
You know how strong some of those guys are?
yeah, no, but I mean,
wasn't it Bo Jackson that broke a bat over his head?
he did it every time he struck out, bro.
So
He was a freak athlete, but
That's just a.
I've just never understood that part of it.
No, I mean I get it.
it's for entertainment purposes,
exactly.
I think.
So,
Yeah.
but I feel like it should stay the same. You don't see them taking the pads off at college football, and then here's your shoulder pads back here in the NFL now. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
But that's a Chris pass.
So in terms of that, I've curated a list
Oh, God.
of baseball hot takes.
Oh, jeez.
So, some of them are professional, some of them are college, and then some of them they apply for both.
I have like 1 or 2 myself. I don't have it.
I'm so scared.
Start with an easy one, not crazy. 36, 40 games a season. Whatever the number is, 100, 200,000 games they play.
It's 162.
Cut that garbage down.
100%.
I think cut it in half.
I say cut it in half, but you see, you get to the half, it's the same number as NBA, and I still think NBAC was too long.
Well, yeah, you need to cut.
They play 50 something games, and I think it's perfect.
It's
You-
30
you get your
conference games. I know that.
You play. I think you play 55 games. I think something. If you make it
Right.
well into the postseason, and I think because just personal playing baseball, we played 50 something games, and I was a pitcher, and I felt like my arm barely made it through the zone. You know what I'm saying?
It didn't. Wait, I didn't.
It didn't. Yeah, because it broke before we got started that time.
Yeah.
Well, you see, so even in the MLB, it makes it impossible to watch because nobody can keep up with 160 games.
I'm not going to keep up with others.
Even the players can't because they get to this point in the summer where they're like, "Oh, is your calf a little tight? Sit for 3 weeks. We'll pull somebody up from AA that nobody's ever heard of. Right? He may deserve a shot, but
I mean, there's just no sending
kind
right
of
back down.
dilutes the sport a little bit because I've only ever been to one MLB game. I went to Tampa when I was over there for baseball once, and my single starter from day one was out there. Not a single person.
Was that the year they won it?
No, it was not.
Mm.
It just like it's too many games, and they know it is. That's why they sit their starters right before playoffs, before, and then they bring them back because at an appropriate amount of time to let them warm up and get back hot.
Mm-hmm.
I got to take this. I apologize.
That's okay. You weren't contributing anyway to baseball. It just the season's too long. I agree. I do think 30-40 is too low. I think 50 to 60 is a good spot.
I only say that because if you do 50, that's one a week. And I think there needs to be a time where you have an off season so people get excited about watching baseball. Like right now, we are so excited about watching football because there is no football on.
Well, so with baseball, like with college baseball, they do 3 a weekend and then 1 midweek.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. You do not need every team in the league.
Yeah, no, sometimes two.
Sometimes
two.
because once LSU went into conference play, they did 1 a week.
I think Ole Miss did it once. They did two once for whatever freaking reason.
Yeah, it may have been making up a game. I don't know.
They weren't. It was scheduled beforehand.
But I mean, so I do. Well, that's my number one hot take about baseball, and I don't even know if it's a hot take anymore. Yeah, everybody agrees.
That's why I said literally on here, this is not a crazy one.
But like, it's never gonna happen. It won't because
Isn't the same thing with NBA? I don't know. They're not going to cut the season in half or whatever.
they don't. And yeah, I think the NBA is a little too long, but I think it's at an okay point. MLB is just ridiculous.
The only time it's exciting to watch is whenever somebody's doing something like Aaron Judge or playoffs. I love playoff MLB baseball.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not enjoyable. They make it hard to watch. I don't feel like buying MLB Network or
MLB TV. It's stupid. $30 a month
Yeah,
to watch the Yankees twice a week
yeah.
because you're not going to watch every single game.
It's televised. Also.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think they need to redo their whole system. Everything needs to be redone, top to bottom. Hell, maybe even make a new league. They need to do something where it gets out of this MLB umbrella and
Like is that umbrella and UFL and something like that?
something. They need to do something.
Well, I think that they consider AA and AAA their
The XFL, yeah.
your XFL stuff.
But it needs a full reset. It needs 80 games if you want that. I mean, if you want to just cut it in half, do 81 games.
What if the players just lock out? I mean, they've done it before.
Are they gonna lock out when they're getting paid $500 million over 7 years or whatever that number was?
15
years.
You're talking about Juan Soto?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Was it 15 years?
15 years. The Yankees offered him.
Whatever. What's his name? $715 million. Was that what it was?
Who's that?
Was that Juan Soto? Or was it 5? I remember.
No, I think it was 5 something. I think he was. I think it was.
His contract, 10 years, ridiculous amount, but they pushed it out to the end.
Yeah, he's making like $2 million a year.
Yeah.
Until after 10 years, and then he's gonna be making like 600 something. Thank you.
Yeah. Salary minimum.
Yeah.
Because the Dodgers payroll is $1 billion.
Yeah, it's stupid. and yet they still don't win every single game.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Hot take number 2.
tip number 2, sir.
I don't know if I clipped any of those on the way, sir.
No, not really. It's kind of like about like a singular game now.
A singular game.
Yeah, like things to do in the game. I know they kind of do this already, but like make foul balls an instant strike, or create a category and give them 2 fouls and that's it. I think the fact that they can foul off after 2 and just like keep fouling after for me.
So part of that is it's a skill to be able to foul them off when you want to. Part of it's like a chess match against the pitcher versus batter, because like
You spoil the good ones, hit the mistake.
Yeah, the pitcher might be like, "Oh, I got you on this one." Throw a curveball. Oh, he fouled it. Oh man, now what do I do? And the batter's like, because the batter, they're guessing. They always guess.
Oh yeah,
They guess and adjust.
yeah. You sit off speed and then adjust, or you sit fastball and you adjust.
So yeah, I like the foul ball system, but now they do have that for bunts, to where you can't sit there and forcibly foul it off with.
Could you imagine?
I mean, hey, somebody had to do it. That's why they made the rule.
Yeah, that's very true. Oh, I would hate to be at that game. Oh my god,
I'd hit him in the ear.
Yeah. Yes.
But I think just like, unless you like love the game, it just seems like they're just fouling the ball off. Like,
I hear you.
so like,
Because there are some at bats where they're like 10, 12 pitch at bat.
You have to know. You have to know what's going on. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't just like look up and be like, "Oh, dang, he's still at the plate." Like, no.
yeah,
You have to watch every single pitch.
yeah. So I think it was just like help the everyday viewer be like, okay, they only get 2 fouls and that's it. Like there is no other one. But I mean, they kind of already consider a strike, whatever. But that was just to speed the game up. They already kind of do that, but
Yeah, with that pitch clock clone, what's it called? Pitch comms.
Yeah.
my wife got mad at this one. But I said, if a pitch is dropped, and I don't care if it's 115 miles per hour down the middle, and Buddy swings out of his shoes and misses it, if the catcher drops the ball, it's a strike.
Wait,
I'm confused.
I'm confused. If he swings and misses, the catcher drops it.
It's not a strike.
Oh, a ball.
Yeah, it's a ball.
Yeah, but he swung.
But he swung and missed.
It doesn't matter.
I could throw a curveball in the. I'm intentionally throwing it in the dirt.
And if I
swing and miss,
Yeah, if I swing and miss him, if
Yeah.
the catcher drops
it's
it.
back to the chess match thing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's I purposely threw a ball outside because I wanted you to whiff at it.
Yeah, but to me, it's like part of the game. It's like I crossed you up, I just shot a 3, but somebody on the side of me just pushed you down, and now I don't get to get my shot because they fouled.
But you wouldn't get to counteract the throwing a curveball in the dirt on purpose, throwing it at the plate, make him swing because it's coming at the level of a fastball and then drops.
I mean, yeah,
There's like, because it's in the dirt, you know what I'm saying? They could block it up.
I mean, yeah, I know the ones where they like block it, but I'm talking about where they literally go for it, catch it, and it just drops out of their glove.
I mean, it happens, but
It's not as often as you think.
not very often.
Yeah, but imagine the intensity that it would bring. Oh my God, if I drop this ball on a 3-2 count.
Well, so here's the thing, Mr. No Baseball over here. You swing for a third strike and he drops it, you get the run towards first.
Yep.
So
Catcher drops strike 3.
yeah, it's a drop. If they drop strike 3, you get to run towards first, and they have to throw it to the first baseman. And there are instances where they throw it into the outfield,
Mm-hmm.
and he gets to second, sometimes even third.
Sometimes scores.
Well,
Sometimes.
that's tragic, but yeah, that's when the right fielder gets it, tries to throw him out at third, and it goes into
Goes
the
past it up. That happened the other day. I think in the Cardinals game.
It happened in in one of the super regionals, I think.
But I think they do that every time then. If the catcher drops it.
Take a
I have kind of a hot take, but I'll wait until you're done.
Yeah, one of them was we do a March Madness bracket with the NCAA.
Oh,
but
well,
y'all were both talking about how y'all wanted the NCAA March Madness bracket. But I think it would just be, for somebody like me, I don't know anything about 61 of the teams that's in March Madness, but I'm in love with all of them because they're in this March Madness bracket.
That would be pretty cool if
So
college baseball did do that.
I think
Just one
college
year.
baseball did that, like puts whatever the amount of teams it needs to be,
Like-
equal out.
It's
And
the same number of teams. I think it's 6.
It is, yeah, it is the same number of teams, but it's just not the regional, super regional setup.
yeah, but
Like, you mean like when we do our March Madness bracket on our phone? Is that what you're talking about?
yeah, like do it to where they're
Like one
Like
person-
like LSU is number 1, Little Rock 16.
get something like home based.
That would be pretty
one
fire.
month of baseball. That is August Madness for baseball.
That would be
And
sweet.
we just go boom, one game, and then whoever wins, the last game is played on a huge MLB field, and we just sell it out and watch it.
That would be fire.
I do. The only thing I agree with, I like I said, I love the College World Series bracket. I don't think there's a better bracket, but I will say, I know Omaha is like the town. That's where it's always been. That's where it's gonna be. But
imagine you're a college.
I do think they should be like. Could you imagine
LSU here into the stadium.
Coastal Carolina at hitting a green monster?
Oh my gosh, dude, that would be
Or-
nuts.
Yeah.
You know how purple that stadium would be?
Yeah, but they also had more seating that MLB never shows that unless it's the
Bingo.
What's the current hot take?
We went through a few of them, but
You would know if you were in here.
like in August, college baseball does a March Madness. So there's 64 teams, single elimination.
So it would be LSU 1 seed, Little Rock 16 seed, and they play it like that
Instead of
rather than the regionals, super regional stuff.
and then the last game's at like a big, wherever they, like the Super
I
Bowl. I'm
do
sure it'll
think
move.
they should do Omaha and not in Omaha. I will say that. I do think they should do it elsewhere.
I like Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab. I like that field.
I don't know what field that is.
The national championship field.
That's the Omaha field.
Omaha.
Oh no, it's Omaha, buddy. I don't know the damn field.
Was it Rosenblatt? Rosenblatt? That was the old one. And then they opened Charles Schwab.
Do that, honey, in Yankee Stadium or something.
Again, if LSU made it, you know how purple that stadium would be? To be very purple.
What's crazy is also like you have more seating, right? Me and my dad, we've talked about for years, like, hey, maybe we'll go to Omaha. We'll just chit chat, just BSing. And then this year, I was like, hey, let me look at tickets.
Oh, dude, it's insane.
The cheapest ticket was $500.
And that was for all events, right?
No, that was just for one game.
Oh, that's stupid.
that was
Nope.
it
I'd rather go to Oklahoma City.
was one game. That wasn't even the LSU game.
I'd rather go to.
They didn't have they just had game 1, game 2, game. Wow. That was that's just the game. That's one game, not even to get there, not even food there.
It's not gas. It's not
Not-
food. It's not a place to stay.
Yeah.
Nothing.
500.
I would much rather.
Guarantee one night in a hotel probably like 400, 500.
Oh, ain't no telling.
The prices are definitely fluctuated because of that.
Oh yeah.
I'd much rather go to Oklahoma City for the Women's College World Series
Oh, is that why you guys?
Yeah. because I looked at tickets just to look at them, just to see how much they were for the entire week. It was like $90
Yeah.
for all events.
Well, but not too many people watch.
It was actually very entertaining.
I don't care about softball.
Well, you missed out.
Didn't they just make a softball professional league?
Yes.
They-
Yes.
They- some.
Opening day is June 6th. That's July 16th. I think.
Interesting.
That's all they, because I was seeing they like do the first pitch of the day at like warm ups or something. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
So next one, this is a lot. So I say we cut the innings in half. You make it 4, make it 6 outs. The game's basically the same number of innings and outs, but you get the number of runs, and basically the score can go up to 20 plus a game. Almost every game, if you do it like
you mean
that.
6 outs per inning?
Correct, yeah. So 4 innings, 6 outs.
I wouldn't be upset with that, but I would think I'd like to. I think I'd like to see like maybe an all-star game version
Yeah, like an all. Yeah,
Yeah, like something.
Maybe we
Don't just like throw it in there, but
that would be a great all-star game, I think.
yeah.
But also at the same time, like
well, why not just make it 3 innings and 9 outs? It's the same amount of outs.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically the same. It just like
It's 3 less outs if you do it that way.
there's just not as much back and forth as it is now.
Would you clear the bags after 3 outs or no? Like say there's runners on first and second, you record the 3rd out. Do first and second go to the dugout or do they stay?
Yeah, I think you'd have to just let it roll.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you play it like it's a 1 out basically.
I think it would make
I wouldn't
people
hate
watch
it.
the pitches a lot more. Like I think it would matter the hits a whole lot more because then you like every ball matters. Like you're not just gonna be able to like walk a ball in. Like you'd have to really play. I mean, you got to stop 6 people from scoring like that. You're not gonna do that. So the score is gonna wind up going 20 plus a game, and I think people would. It's just kind of like soccer. And a lot of people watch it around here because I mean sometimes they go 0-0 for games like all the time. But
That's dumb. I hate that.
That's so
You
stupid.
should never end a game in a tie.
I agree.
I don't care if you have to just do shootouts for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Or not. It's not shootout. What's it called?
They do golden goal. They do shootouts.
They do shootout. Okay.
Yeah. Golden goal is fun to watch, bro.
No, it's golden goal.
First person to score wins. Mm-hmm.
What you mean there?
Okay, say
Sudden death.
yeah,
They play
basically.
match pretty much.
Yeah, but they
So
yeah,
like at the end of Rocket League or something.
yeah, like
yeah, pretty much. But it's not. It's a lot cool.
ground mode.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot cooler if it's called golden goal rather than sudden death. I do know that.
I like that.
I know that term.
Yeah, because I hate ties.
Oh, I do too. I can't stand them.
I don't like the idea of just shootouts because I don't know, but I like the golden goal.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
And it's very entertaining to watch.
Now I'd much rather the World Cup goes to golden goal over.
So how do you get to a golden goal? Because it's not just
If full time ends and it's 0-0, it literally starts the match over with more time, and they play the normal time up to another halftime. And then they play again, like a second half. It's so like 2 matches back to back. It's my
my next question is because how do they? Because I feel like I've seen a match end and they just go straight to shootouts. What determines the goal versus shootout?
I have seen that as well.
that I don't know. I don't know if somebody chooses or if it's predetermined.
This guy.
This
Oh, my favorite thing is Tucker. Really?
Well, I will admit, I went to an Austin FC game, and let me tell you, I went to Death Valley games. I went to, every game under the sun, and that was the most fun game I've ever been to in my life.
Did they get loud or what?
Dear God, that was the loudest stadium
I had FC.
ever been.
Austin F1.
Bro, let me tell you,
And you have the World Cup coming
round.
down.
Yeah, that's expensive. Well,
Yeah, let's tell you guys, it's very expensive.
more height for everything that happened, more rowdy. The cheers were crazy. I mean, the whole place was just full.
Will say
It was nuts.
I don't know how it is in American soccer, but in the football over the pond, they have some chance.
Oh, dude, they are awesome too.
They have some chance. I learned that watching Ted Lasso. Great show, one of my favorite shows.
10 out of 10 show.
But I learned that, and then I started looking up chants. I don't remember them off the top of my head because it's been a while. But
I know one of them, but I can't share it. So
the most of them are pretty vulgar. Can't put it on.
yep,
But
can't do it.
are awesome.
They are
They
they are great.
awesome. We should bring chants like that to college football.
So the last, I guess, kind of isn't a hot take, but it's kind of open-ended, and then, we can go into whatever. I kind of want to hear your thoughts on it, since I'm not, obviously that deep into it. But I think the MLB is too good. I think the people that play in the MLB are too good, and that causes it to be boring. And I don't know how to fix that.
Because as a guy who played baseball, and Mason can know this, I don't mind seeing a pitcher throw a game where he gets 1 hit, 0 runs, and that's good for me. But the average viewer is like, hey, where's the hits?
Yeah.
I don't care about this guy throwing 96, not giving up. I see the pitch doing all this crazy stuff. Y'all are just watching pitches, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just we see the game differently because me and Mason played it.
Mhm.
So
I love a
do
good
get-
pitcher's duel.
I do get it because it's not as exciting. I think you make baseball exciting by letting the batters roid up, maybe even give them a metal bat, and let the pitchers use sticky stuff.
What kind of streets are we talking about here? It's like a talk. That's not
BG plus, okay? BG plus.
Just they know it's like brand tar they were using.
Like a tar. You put it on the glove. You stick it in the
Spider tack.
Or spin rate.
Yeah.
Which makes the curveballs bite hard. The two seams back harder.
Makes your four seam run.
You can throw it harder a little bit.
Yeah.
Because the spin rate's harder.
Yep.
Very
Makes
nice.
your four seam run 4 inches instead of 2. Makes your two seam run like Blake's.
Some people be like, hey, what if you get worn golden back per game?
No.
You give somebody one metal bat at 1 point.
Nope.
I mean, they don't even need it. Like,
Nope.
They're cracking it out every time almost. Or if they hit it anywhere in center field, somebody's catching it because they run 150 miles an hour.
Yep.
Like, you've got to put it on the ground and you've got to get it past.
Well, that's
short.
the skill of it, though. That's the skill of it. Like,
But that's
you
what
gotta
they said
square the
before.
ball up.
It's like there's almost 0 errors. Like,
yeah.
it was just like we want to see people mess up because then something good happens.
Well, it's just like you just hit it where they ain't. You just got to know you pull it or hey, the right fielder's shading over. Let me hit it backside down the line. You know what I mean? You just got it's a skill, I guess.
It's definitely a skill.
Out there too good, but it's like I said earlier, it's a chess match. You just have to battle. Oh, hey, my right fielder's shifted over. I'm pitching. Maybe I don't throw it outside to the righty so he can't hit it back. You know, there's so many things.
There's so many moving puzzles, many moving puzzle pieces during a baseball game. It's insane. Well, the average person would have a mental breakdown.
Maybe not that route, but yeah. But there is a lot that goes into it.
Floating through the air.
Literally, yeah.
Just with Brooklyn, she'll watch baseball with me if it's like I'll only watch LSU baseball or College World Series or something like that, and we'll have it on, and I'll be like, I'll say something, and she's just kind of watching the screen, you know what I mean? But if we're watching college football, she knows what's going on. Baseball is really hard for the average viewer to just watch. She knows what's going on with basketball too. She thinks basketball is boring.
My wife does things the same thing. She hates basketball. I love it.
I mean, I feel like there should be a way to implement different camera angles or, I mean, like, put, like, some kind of POV on the pitcher or something. Like, there's got to be some way giving somebody a metal bat that they don't need.
I mean,
a way to do it. Cut players on the field in half. Like, do something. Like, there's got to be some way.
Players on the field in half, Mike. You know how big the outfield is?
Oh, follow-up question for that. So if they have the best overall, they're too good. So does that mean they probably have the best athletes out of all sports, considering they have things in place like the AA, and it's a rare chance for people to get to play in the big leagues?
My opinion,
I would think so.
I don't know if they have the best athletes in the world because you do have some people who could not play another sport. Bartolo Colon, great pitcher.
Hey, he can swing it too.
Great pitcher.
I think Steve Smith could play tight end.
I mean, you think Paul could do anything?
But I will count
Paul Skeens?
Yeah.
Dude, have you seen him swing a bat at Air Force?
So anything else other than baseball?
Yes.
I think he actually played basketball too.
I mean, he's tall enough.
But at the same time, hitting the baseball is the hardest thing to do in sports.
It's like hitting a golf ball.
Hitting a golf ball.
Yeah, that's personal. That's personal though. But if you've seen like these football players go take batting practice with the Yankees.
Oh yeah, they look silly.
They look silly, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just difficult to do.
I mean, you take a baseball player and put them on any other sport. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be table tennis. They can compete. They're not going to be good.
They might not be an all-pro or all NBA.
They'll make it look right. They are.
They can compete. You have very few Deion Sanders, Bo Jackson. Very few can translate and do things, but that's because they did it their whole lives.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot just...
You can't just pick up a bat and hit a baseball. It's impossible.
He can pick up a football more than 60 yards. He might not be able to read a defense, but he can throw it like 60 yards.
Yeah.
Well, he can play table tennis pretty well.
Hey.
With his Tommy John Elbow?
Cookie also. Ping pong, boy. Everything. I don't know.
I haven't played ping pong in football.
In ping pong.
So
Bryant got the work.
I'm not a very good table tennis player, but yeah, he's pretty good.
Well, just say ping pong.
I'm sorry.
He got the work, let me tell you.
He got to
Like
work at
regular
table tennis.
Work
Ping pong.
table,
Ping pong.
I don't think.
What if I called pool billiards?
That's
I mean,
multiple.
That is exactly what it is.
I don't think it makes them the best athletes. I think it just makes whatever they do harder.
They're the best.
I don't think they're the most skilled.
Yeah, the most skilled and most ass. They have no skill issues.
I think the bare minimum, like maybe the base of what you're saying though, is like their busts way more noticeable in basketball and football because you can have the number 1 overall pick.
You
Not
never
do anything.
Yeah.
He could be a bum. DeMarcus Russell, bum. But you have the number 1 overall pick in baseball and number 2, Dylan Cruz, Paul Skeens. They go through the filter. They're all filtered through.
Jack
And
Edley.
they were able to make it through. But you have these people who maybe stay in AA for 15 years because they're not good enough to go to AAA.
But they don't look like a regular job.
So they're not the most athletic, but they definitely
I
takes the most.
I think it's the most fine-tuned.
I think
I don't
so,
know if
yeah.
there's another word for it, but it's the most fine. Like, you have got to, you have rookie ball, you have single A ball, you have AA, AAA, and I think there's another A in
High A.
somewhere. High A. Then you have independent league.
But there's so many opportunities in baseball.
Yeah, and you just,
They're more than likely never going to make it.
I have a guy who I played with at Colin. I just saw he's on the Kansas City Monarchs, Jalen Williams. Swing it. Shout out Jalen.
Love you, Jalen.
I had another guy, Chris Day. He played for, man, who was that? I don't remember. But anyway, I think it might have been the one in Biloxi. I don't know.
Chuckers.
Shuckers, maybe.
Mhm.
But
Chuckers. Barely know her.
you have to, it's such a filtered thing that I do think the MLB players as a whole might be the most skilled at their sport because that's what they have to go through. Like NFL and NBA. Was it Markelle Fultz he was number 1 overall pick, wasn't he? He was picked by the 76ers whenever they picked, this is like the year after Ben Simmons, I think. Ben Simmons, how that worked. 1 overall pick.
See how that worked out.
I do think they could be ranked the best athletes, like in that way.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
So long explanation of that.
I'm glad you had it on your mind because I had no idea. I didn't know how to explain it.
I still think hitting a dirt ball and not as for hitting a golf ball. That's the hardest thing I've seen anybody.
You see, hitting a baseball, not even the average speed anymore is 95 miles an hour. I don't think it's a fraction of a second.
Hitting a golf ball correctly, should I say, versus hitting a baseball. I'm sure if one of us could go out there.
Yeah, but you see, you have Dennis who can play enough golf and be a scratch golfer. You're not going to go out there and hit Paul Skeens run bad, though.
I mean, it's a good point. The golf ball's sitting still. You have enough time to practice to hit the golf ball.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but my God, if they spend as much money on batting practice as they did golf, they would at least be able to hit something.
But you're not going to be able to go to the batting cage and replicate a two-seam moving at 95 in on you.
Neither a dentist is not going to be able to go out there and play the U.S. Cup right now either. U.S. Open.
They have high schoolers competing in the U.S. Open. Like, competing, being top 10. I think there was a guy that was top 3 last year.
I'm sure there's some high school that can hit a 95-mile-per-hour fastball that Paul Skeens is throwing.
Well, yeah,
Paul Skeens
play.
1 out of 2. So.
Yeah, Paul Skeens.
But I was just an example. There is actually, I use Dennis for a reason. There's a dentist who made the U.S. Open, and he was competing. It can happen. He's not going to compete with the Yankees or even Pittsburgh. They suck without Paul Skeens. They suck with him.
That's insane, dude. His stats. I don't even want to get into it.
Did 100 average man hit one baseball off Paul Skeens?
Yes.
Probably.
Eventually.
He's just like.
I mean, are we getting an entire at bat or is it just one pitch?
I don't know.
Because if it's just one pitch, it's 100 pitches.
Holds the bat out there eventually, and it'll get hit.
Yeah. Is he throwing straight fastballs? Is he working counts?
He's doing his thing, and his arm has an unlimited stamina.
Okay, that's impossible. All right, next.
Doing his thing.
You know, Paul Skeens will hit all Blake though.
Do it.
This guy.
100%.
Maybe today.
Ball, but like,
Jeez. Okay. I forgot my hot take. I know I said I had one, but I forgot.
Does it have the hot takes you had?
I was.
Yeah.
Something that gets us hot. GTA 6 is pissing everybody off.
I think GTA 5 had me mad.
GTA 5 had you mad?
Yeah, bro.
Dude, he hated playing that game. You don't remember that? We always needed to find a fourth person to do heists with because
Yeah.
Trey wouldn't play with us.
I thought you liked
I love story games, but once we got done with the story, then we just was flying. People was flying around in the little helicopter, blowing up all the ground.
That's why you go into passive mode, bro.
Playing private matches.
We had
Play on private.
IS sessions.
But
You can do everything in the private.
You just like kind of kept doing this.
Except CEO stuff.
Too much for me.
Yeah. No, you can do it now.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep, it's a lot of fun.
We didn't messing with it, so I tried.
I know that.
We just don't get that. Like,
There. Actually, I texted Joe about GTA. Mason said he was going to download it, and he never did.
Yeah, I forgot.
You never replied. It's okay.
No.
there's no telling last year.
Trey never realized.
You were Gatlinburg, I think, actually.
Mhm.
So, rude question. I asked my wife the other day, and we probably talked about it for like 30 minutes, honestly. But
Yo, I got my feet in this. Oh my god! Please, guy. You have to sell my dogs around the bar without.
man.
I thought about licking him.
Yeah,
You own toenail clippers, Trey? That thing long right there, boy. Dang. Look at that one. It's a talent over
We
here.
talking about that man's toes, bro.
Bro, that's literally. It's just now getting to the white part. What you mean? I just cut my toenails. See?
Oh.
I think his toe is just long.
Yeah, got long toes.
Oh, no.
He's got some.
Yeah, we're gonna play that segment. Dear God.
What God? Do it. So hard to suppress what you want to say. I know, dude. Yeah, they'll follow up on Patreon.
Yeah.
No, the Patreon for the.
Do we have the Patreon set up yet?
We do have one set up. Apparently, they just,
So I can say it.
they just increased their prices of Patreon because of Apple. I saw it. I got an email notification that if you buy in-app purchase, like if you do it through Apple, Apple's now charging more for in-app purchases on everything they do.
Really?
So now
That's
it costs more for somebody to buy it through Apple when you can just go on Google and buy it.
Oh,
I said, what in the absolute world?
so I can say it. I'm not saying it.
I'll just bleep it out.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna say it.
So, all right, well, we appreciate anybody watching, listening, subscribing, commenting, being a part of our journey. This is chapter 2, season 1 kind of deal. We're just kind of getting back into it, and we want to do it the right way. And we appreciate anybody that joins us along that way, along the journey with us. And fetch us next time.
Later.
Peace.